Show Studio. This is your Ghostman and Demon Hunter show.
Doesn't that sound exciting to you?
Hey, welcome back, Shadow Nation, to the one, the only, mystifying Oracle of Radio, your Ghostman and Demon Hunter show, Demon Hunter.
That would be me, yes, sir.
Oh my God, the Sunday night jinx, but we are back, guys. Better late than never, live in studio. Yes.
Almost alive. I'm pretty sure right now, Sean, I am.
Yes, you are live.
From the beams in the ceiling, and this is my ghost. That's I'm replacing you as the ghost man, Sean.
We're gonna switch places. I gotta start hunting demons. Wait a minute. We got demons in the studio right now. Yeah, they're all over the place. What are we gonna do? You know what I mean?
They're crawling into our computers as we speak.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, guys, we are back live. Sorry about being so late, but we'll be late for our own funerals one day, so.
Given the chance, sure.
Yeah, we are here. We're happy to be back. What a great show we got for him tonight, Demon Hunter. We are running a little bit behind, so we're going to have to rush.
It's a really big shoe.
A really big show. Tonight's guest, Demon Hunter.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. From Friday the 13th, Part 3, Return of the Living Dead Parts 1 and 2, actor Thom Mathews stops by, guys. He tells us what it's like to be behind one of the great cult classics, a few of the great cult classics, like Friday the 13th and Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2. We go inside and back in the shadows to find out what's lurking in the crazy mind of Thom Mathews. Tonight, live on your mystifying Oracle Radio, the Ghostman and Demon Hunter show.
Yay!
Yay, we did that very nicely, Demon Hunter. That was good.
That's good. Then rushed right into it there. But you know what, folks? Little time for banter today. Banter. Oh, we have to banter, Sean.
We do have to banter. Hey, special thanks to all our homes, all our carriers, Stitcher, Smart Radio, Planet Paranormal, Action Audio apps. Hey, are you listening? They want to know. Check them out, actionaudioapps.net, and, of course, 102.7 FM, The Hog.
Woohoo!
Yes, The Hog. Everybody loves The Hog.
Oink, oink.
Yeah, great place. That was I haven't pulled that out in a while.
That's new, or old, I should say.
Yeah, it is old, but we haven't used it.
Hey, Sean.
It's new to us.
Dude.
What?
Halloween.
Yeah, dude, jump right into it. Halloween, oh my God. Huh? Well, I had that, everybody knew I had the Burris G&D Show Family Bash that you couldn't attend.
Yes, oh my gosh, I missed the Burris Bash. This
year I was proud of myself. We had a real magician performing at the Burris main stage.
Fake magicians usually have.
Well, I had built, okay, here first. Legendary, the Keg Witch. You seen the pictures? We got a witch, guys. And every year she claims a new drunk victim. She didn't claim nobody this year. Everybody left around midnight. We had started off because my daughter, Addie Lynn, she goes to school, and some of her classmates wanted to come. And, of course, the dime store magician, the great ghost man, or as I was known to Addie's class, the great Dadini.
Ah, yes.
Took the main stage about 5 p.m. when the kids came. And once they started coming, brother, it did not stop. We probably had 65 to 70 in the backyard. I was proud of myself. Made a little stage back there. Had the magician show up. He did the whole metamorphosis trunk deal. Huh? He did that, and let's see what else he did. He did the Houdini escape from the straitjacket. He walked around and did some amazing coin tricks. Don't you love magicians, though?
I love magicians. When I was in school, I had a guidance counselor who was a magician, and he's probably the reason I stayed in school and didn't drop out.
See?
You know?
Could he make your F's disappear?
No, but I could make them reappear whenever I chose.
See, I had that skill too, little brother.
In fact, I could make them reappear even when I didn't choose.
Yeah. So anyway, Halloween, of course, here in Indiana, we planned all year. And all of a sudden, I think you see my video. I was putting it on my Facebook page. Pouring down rain about 7 o'clock on freaking Halloween for the kids,
That stinks. We had a beautiful...
Yeah. You had a beautiful time in Connecticut for trick or treat.
Yeah, I mean, after, 3 years? Last year, it was gloomy and miserable. The year before that, we had a nor'easter and it snowed.
Right.
And the year before that, we had a hurricane that knocked everything out.
Yes.
So we were due. We were due a nice Halloween here.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get it. I mean, finally it cleared up, but I literally, it was 70 degrees, or I think it was a low of 65 for my party on the 25th. And then, of course, Halloween, the 31st, it was snowing.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it had snow, flurries or whatever. So
it's the curse of the Dybbuk box, Sean.
It is. I think it was. The curse. Anyway, guys, I wanted to remind you, Demon Hunter, remind everybody, we will be, or I will be, we don't know about Nathan yet because of schedules, but I will be at the Starbase Indie Festival or convention coming up, guys. It's at the Marriott East downtown, and I'll be signing autographs or whatever. I'll be there with the big stars from, your great episodes of Star Trek, all kinds of sci-fi stuff. I'm excited. Go to starbaseindy.com and check it out. Come on out with me, guys. Saturday, November the 29th, I'll be there. I'm going to talk about Nathan and I's crazy career on the radio, how we got started, and some of my experiences with some of our haunted back road tours. And we'll also have some of the haunted items we're going to bring out of the studio, Demon Hunter.
That's cool. That's very cool. Do you need me to send you Jocelyn to show?
Oh, Jocelyn would be cool. I think Stacy, the wife, would kill me because I already got the Dybbuk box replica downstairs that Jason Haxton gave to me.
Oh, it's in the house now, is it?
It is. I was able to bring it in the house. I was trying to clean it up because it's really old before I go. I can't leave it out in the garage, man. The elements get to it. But it's been in the house a week and a half. Nothing, knock wood, has happened bad yet. So we're doing all right, man. We're doing all right.
Unless somebody within the sound of our radio voices wants to give Sean and I jobs that we don't have to work on the weekends anymore and weird hours at the night, I may not be able to make it out there, Sean.
Yeah,
my job says that it's too important for me to be at the office the day after Thanksgiving. So.
Well, yeah, it's important to the people that are off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be there. You kidding me? Anyway, I don't know. Demon Hunter!
Ghost Man.
Shadow Nation, you know what time it is. G&D show in the news. It's always fresh. It's always exciting, fun, and weird. And it's sponsored by Midnight Syndicate. And it starts right
now.
Ooh, we got that all set up. I kind of like that old system. Seems to be working.
We have to go by the old system because, folks, if you don't notice by the sound of our voices, Sean and I had a little trouble setting up tonight. Thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment that we've bought over the last few months to bring the show to you after the crash of the Dybbuk box.
Yeah.
To rebuild everything.
I think we got it
all
now.
crashed this evening.
Yeah.
Due to an update in the system. And the only way we were able to bring you the show tonight was to pull out the oldest computer that we had and hook up to that.
Old reliable sounds good, though.
Yeah, it does. But the problem is you do too much on it at once and it just can't handle it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's not do too much. Lazy.
When do we ever do? We only do as much as we have to, Sean.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Yeah, lazy radio. Hopefully we fix some sound issues tonight. Demon Hunter, I'm going to go up to bat tonight. First up to bat. Huh? Our friends at the Huffington Post sent us this. Eaten alive on Discovery Channel will show a guy get eaten by anaconda. Have you heard about this?
You know what? I didn't until I saw the article. And you know our rules, folks. If you're listening to the show right now and you want to play the G&D drinking game, every time Sean and I make a mistake, you take a drink. There's going to be a lot of mistakes because we don't read the news beforehand. We just kind of pick it by the titles and go from there. So if you're driving in your car listening to us on 102.7 The Hog or on a podcast while you're tooling along in your Audi or whatever you're driving, don't play the G&D drinking game. It will get you arrested because you will be drunk before you reach your destination. Otherwise, please listen responsibly.
Is that a Hyundai?
Because we don't read the news articles beforehand, when I saw the title, I had to go find another news story about it.
Yeah.
So that I could find out about it. And my gosh, tell the folks, Sean, because this is just something.
Well, do you want to take this one? Do you want to take
Oh,
it?
no, please, go ahead.
Because you did a lot of research. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
No, I want you to read it, Sean.
You sure?
Scotty, beat me up.
All right, well, we'll do that then. Okay, guys, this comes from our friends, the Huffington Post. Eaten alive on Discovery Channel will show a guy get eaten by an anaconda. My kids told me about this week, and I said, no, this couldn't be happening, but it is. Oh, here we go, Shadow Nation. And what just might be the most bizarre concept for a reality TV show ever, a man will be eaten alive by an anaconda. Called, appropriately enough, Eaten Alive. The December 7th special features filmmaker Paul Rosley being covered in pig blood and then swallowed by the snake. This is what Entertainment Weekly says anyway.
Yeah, hey.
Huh?
Exactly. This is what we look for on TV now.
Yeah, that's what we need. More snakes eating people.
If we had had more snakes eating people on our show, we would have stayed on the air.
Would you have done that on Extreme Paranormal?
No, but I offered to put a snake in Jason's coffin, and Jason got upset with me.
Yeah, he could have we should have covered him in pig's blood. The ratings would have soared through the roof if he'd have got eaten. Yeah. Anyway, promo clips such as the one above, which just shows the guy saying he's going to get ate, shows Rosley putting on a special and presumably protective suit. You have to go head first. Rosley says in one of his clips he's also tethered to something as he approaches the snake. Since the show has already been filmed, Rosley has been active on Twitter. It's a safe bet that he is pulled back out again. What a brave man. Can you imagine the mouth of the snake wrapping around you, though?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's, ow.
He has to or bring you down his throat or whatever. And won't that kill the snake?
I would think so. I mean, I've heard of snakes dying from eating things that were too big for them before, so, geez.
Yeah. Anyway, but some viewers are concerned about the fate of the snake, there we go, and are already protesting the show. There's even a petition on change.org calling on Discovery Channel to pull the plug. Guys, that might be the end of you because that's what they did to our show. This is an animal abuse to the highest degree and absolutely disgusting and could kill the snake. The petition reads, an adult green anaconda cannot fit the width of an adult man's shoulders into its body. Demon Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Rosley defended himself and the show. I understand that many people have questions, Rosley said. All I can tell you now is that all my work is based around the fact that wildlife and ecosystems today across the globe are at a critical moment. He said snakes are being threatened by hunting and habitat destruction. For those worried about animal cruelty, I invite you to research my work, read my book, Rosalie added. Then ask yourself, would
Buy
this...
my book. That'll teach you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buy my book, $59.95. Then ask yourself, would this person ever hurt an animal? If he's going to get eaten by a snake, would he hurt it? Well, I would. I would have snake soup if a snake came at me. I'm just telling you that right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've never had snake soup, Sean.
I don't know. I haven't either, but I would that night. Can you imagine, though, a nasty, greasy... I'm not saying snakes are nasty or nothing, but I am. But I can't imagine going down its throat, man.
I can just tell you, having been bitten by python, both a python and a boa, you know, different than an anaconda, obviously, but similar mouth teeth structure.
Crocodile Dundee or what?
Well, no, just a zookeeper.
Nice. You've done everything. I swear to God.
But actually, it was at a snake farm.
Yeah.
But you know, they clamp on, let go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's easy to get them to let go once they bite down. So.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been a fun event there for him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because don't they have the teeth that when you try to go in reverse, it catches the prey?
Their teeth point backwards, as most animals do that need to push food down. It's there to help the food go down, but...
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, a 3-year-old girl sees Tigger having sex in a bathroom. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
I like to bounce. Tigger's bounce.
Well, this comes to us from the Huffington Post as well, Sean.
Wonder if he's
when
bouncing.
Mary Ann Sanders took her 3-year-old granddaughter into a public restroom in the town of Dawlish in England, she was shocked to see what she claimed was a man dressed as Tigger having sex with a naked woman. The alleged incident happened on October 28th, and Sanders said when she and the child entered the room, the costume man and his partner were having full-blown sex, according to the Express and Echo News. Sanders reported the incident to the Dawlish, have a drink, folks, neighborhood police via her Facebook page. Woo!
Hey, poo boy!
They slammed the door in my granddaughter's face and caught her hand in the door, refusing to her finger, she wrote.
Oh.
This is a disgusting act in a baby changing room. And said Tigger and his companion were both in their 30s.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Tigger's been around a lot more longer than 30 years, hasn't he, Sean?
He has. I wonder over those 30 years how much sex Tigger has had.
Yeah, I mean, don't disturb the poor guy. He spends most of his time... They're saying this was wrong in a baby's changing room.
It's wrong everywhere.
This teddy tiger spends most of his time in a child's bedroom, right? So, I mean, this is nothing new to him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, where are you supposed to do it at? You can't do it in the small. But
I want to know how the guy was dressed as Tigger, and she knew he was in his 30s.
those limey blimies. Limeys. What is it? How do you say it?
Blimey limeys?
Anyway, I don't know, Demon Hunter. I just don't know. But that takes the cake. I think that's...
Well,
That's the-
Sean, you've got a little girl. What would you have done if you walked in with her and found Tigger bouncing?
Well, I would have...
Yeah.
I would have teared up laughing. Sissy wouldn't have known what was going on. I would have hit the door. If he would have smashed her hand, though, you'd have had a dead Tigger because I'd have beat the...
Then you would have found how far Tiggers can really bounce.
Yeah, I'd have bounced him out on his head. Anyway, naked Florida man killed by police after allegedly eating part of a teen's face, Demon Hunter. And this leads up to our next episode.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Naked Florida man killed by police after allegedly eating part of a teen's face. Here we go. Wow, here we go again. Authorities shot and killed a Florida man after he allegedly bit a teenager's face and attacked an ex-police officer. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Reed Bradshaw. Hey, we got some friends out that way, Demon Hunter.
Yes, we do. Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Anyway, Bradshaw told reporters that witnesses described the 6'3", 250-pound man as having superhuman strength. According to the Palm Beach Post, Bradshaw said the man, who has not been identified, was walking naked down a Delray Beach Street on Tuesday night when he, for no apparent reason, attacked a 66-year-old former cop. Then the suspect allegedly assaulted an 18-year-old man, biting off a portion of his face. Yeah. Once police arrived, they were allegedly unable to subdue him until an officer shot him down. He was obviously, drink up guys, delirious or something. Bradshaw was saying he is a huge guy. He takes a fighting stance. They're trying to get him on the ground. He starts charging them. The taser did not affect him. Drugs. That's when an officer pulled his gun and shot the man 3 times. He died in a hospital, either from his injuries or from the narcotic substance he was on. Yeah. Says the case comes nearly 1 year after another Florida case stoked fears of zombie apocalypse. Huh?
I tell you, Sean, this on top of the fact that, like you said, drugs. That Florida had the whole bath salts issue going on. Whatever happened to that drug we were following there that was eating people alive from inside?
I don't know. Meth?
No.
That does it. That'll do the trick.
I'm talking about the news, Sean, not your weekend habits.
Oh.
Oh.
You're clever. Anyway, Demon Hunter 752 is
Hey,
upon us.
What do we do next, Sean?
I don't
Since
know.
we're rushing through.
Yeah, we are rushing through. Guys, anyway, that's G&D Vaults in the news
In the
for
news.
the night. But Demon Hunter, I think it's that time for Wait for
What's
it.
it called?
Rot Talk!
Hot dog.
What's Rot
Hey,
Talk?
folks, going into Rot Talk tonight, we're going to skip over our usual zombie alert system. Only thing I got to tell you there is that Florida has tipped the scales, finally, Sean, with Tallahassee deleting lines, number 2 and 3, from their recent their amendments to their policies, and adding an act, relating to zombie apocalypse amendments.
No.
790.01 FS, providing for a zombie apocalypse. Finally, the undead have made it to the amendments.
Uh-oh. Here we go, guys. Stock up on ammo.
Staying guarded, because when the government starts telling you to be ready for zombie apocalypses, you know they're trying to tell you something.
Yeah. Well, we don't. Apparently, the dead won't come back, though, if you shoot him in the chest, because 3 shots was his limit, I guess.
Well, they didn't tell you what happened at the morgue, Sean.
That's true. They're going to keep us in the dark. They're going to keep us in the dark. Anyway, guys, Rot Talk each week, Nathan and myself. Wait, Nate, isn't this your thing here, to Rot Talk?
No, Rot Talk's yours, man. Rot Talk's yours.
Anyway, guys, Rot Talk's something Nathan and I came up with. Every season of The Walking Dead, we tell you what we think's going to happen tonight on The Walking Dead. Each week, a new episode. Each week, a new prediction from Nathan and myself. Yeah, because we all know we've had several actors, good friends of the show, come on from The Walking Dead. Hunt or be hunting The Walking Dead tonight's the 4th episode of this installment. The 4th installment of this season.
Installment of this season.
Hey, how many episodes are in a season?
Depending on the show, I think a full episode season for most television shows is 18 to 22.
Yeah, but they don't do that on Walking Dead. Remember, it's like 6.
I think Walking Dead breaks it up into 2 sets of 6, making a total of 12 episodes for the year.
Well, that sucks. We're already on 4.
I know. That means 2 more episodes after this. They'll take a break, and then they'll come back in the beginning of the year for another 6 episodes.
That's crazy. They get everybody hooked, but it's been working because, of course, when we had our good friend Chad Coleman, Tyrese from The Walking Dead on 2 or 3 weeks ago, he stated, get ready, hold on to your hat, because this season there's going to be a lot of crazy coming at us. What do you think, Demon Hunter?
I think this would be the perfect time, Sean, to give people the update that they're all waiting for regarding the possible upcoming guest to the Ghostman and Demon Hunter show.
Yeah, I think so, guys. You might have seen the post. Actor Norman Reedus. Woo!
Hey, who does he play on The Walking Dead?
He plays Daryl.
Oh, that's right.
It's the female #1 pick for the Shadow Nation and around the globe, guys. We do have him. We just haven't booked a date yet. You gotta tune in each Sunday to find out when he's going to come. That's going to be a huge show. It's going to be a surprise guest. That's a big one, guys.
That'll tell you, folks, that people ask us all the time, how do we get these people on our show? I hand that over to Sean because he's the master at that, but it requires emails followed by phone calls, following promises of your firstborn child.
Yeah.
And it does happen, though, folks, and we do it all for you. So keep in touch. Keep listening. We will be, as we get closer, we'll let you know when Norman Reedus will be on the Ghostman and Demon Hunter show.
That's right. Stay tuned, guys. You should be listening every week. Anyway, okay, last week, a lot of people said that they thought that episode was one of the weaker ones.
I didn't think so, Sean. I didn't think so at all.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people said Beth's not strong enough to be on her own, that it was kind of lame, da-da-da-da-da. I thought it was one of the, not snoozer episodes, one of the light ones. And you got to go light sometimes, you know?
Well, you got to remember, we've been following a group of people for 2 years now, running through the woods, living in prisons, fighting off massive numbers of the undead, defeating cannibals, breaking into towns to save their people, breaking out of towns to escape, being hunted down by insane governors, and now she's in a hospital. And let's face it, Sean, you watched that episode, it starts off like it's a whole new story because she wakes up lying in the bed exactly the way Rick woke up.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people were saying that. Of course, it wasn't the same hospital. It was Rick was outside of Atlanta. This hospital is in Atlanta. And
right, but it was definitely a flashback saying This is a whole new story, people. That's what they were trying to say. This is the start of a whole new story.
Well, they said it was a primer for the upcoming series that they haven't announced yet, where it's going to follow another group of survivors. Not Rick and the guys that we've come to love, but it's going to be another group of survivors in a different part of the country going through the same thing.
Hey, could it be the Ghost Man and Demon Hunter out there trying to survive?
It might be. Nicotero and the guys haven't got a hold of us yet, but I'm sure that phone call's coming. Heck, we've had more guests on here than the Talking Dead. Yeah. Hey, Tyrese was on that Walking Dead like that Sunday after he did our show.
Yep, and I was sitting there going, say the Ghost Man and Demon Hunter, say the Ghost Man and Demon Hunter. But he didn't, and he promised us, Sean, he promised.
He did. He promised us live on the show. If you guys go back and listen to the archive, he was like, absolutely, I can do that, guys. But what he did tell us, we're going to lose a lot of people this season, didn't he?
He did. He said we were going to lose people we didn't expect. So
yeah, and tonight, I seen in the previews, it looks like the Army guy, I forget his name, Sergeant something, he's going to, they're going to follow him. So we're going to switch off of Beth, I think, and get on the Army guy, because they got 2 more episodes, if they're only going to do 6 after this one, to kind of sum it up.
And you got to remember, too, Sean, that they have kind of showed what happens to people living on the edge with Terminus. And we've watched Rick go from a law-abiding man trying to keep the rules of society alive to being a kill-or-be-killed mercenary whose only payment is the safety of his own people.
Right, absolutely. And, okay, what do you think, in close, is going to happen tonight, Demon Hunter?
Oh, well, like you said, we've been given a few hints regarding, leaning towards the second half of the group, moving ahead towards Washington now. Obviously, several of the members want to go back and get Rick because things are going astray, and they want to have their leader back. They don't have the faith in, and now his name's escaping me. In the middle of the episode, I lost his name here.
They don't have the faith?
But like you were saying, the military guy. They're losing their faith in him, and he's got to try and hold this group together because he's on a mission, Sean. He's on a mission to get to Washington, and he's not going to let anything get in his way, and you're going to see a little bit of the governor, I think, kind of rise up in him because he's got to keep control at any cost.
He does. If that means doing something negative, he's got to do it, just like Rick. Rick's kind of going nuts, but I like Crazy Rick.
Yeah, everybody likes Crazy Rick because Quiet Rick is, a bit too British.
Yeah.
Quiet and reserved.
Quiet and reserved. I miss the governor. I thought he was a swell guy. Anyway, guys, what I think is going to happen tonight is they're going to jump right to the sergeant, but I think Carol's gone. I think she's a goner. I think they brought her in. Carol's going to try to do something, and whammo! Daryl will not return with Carol. That's my prediction.
I kind of think that Carol is faking it.
Really?
I think they figured out that she's in there, and the only way they were going to get into there was for Carol to fake illness, have her bring her inside so that they could get her out.
Yeah, that could be it. You never know.
It's just my thought there because she's a sneaky one, that Carol.
She is. Anyway, guys, that's Rot Talk for the week. Remember, next week, tune in and follow us online and Facebook and Twitter and everything else, Ghostman and Demon Hunter Show, to find out what's happening next on The Walking Dead. Tonight, Demon Hunter, it's the guest time. We're coming back with actor Thom Mathews from Friday the 13th, Part 3, and Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2. Tonight's band, Sam Bennett, Never Took a Dollar from a Dead Man. Demon Hunter.
Ghostman.
We'll be right back.
I never took a dollar from a dead man, at least not as far as I know. I never left a saddle out in the rain, or a diamond in a pile of snow. But I once fell in love with a waitress. She was filling my coffee cup. I imagined a future for the two of us, and there was nowhere left to go but up. And I never took a dollar from a dead man. Good Lord have mercy now. care. People will sometimes tell you the truth, or at least maybe something close. You ask your doctor what's right for you, he might give you a lethal dose. You could be on a highway hitching a ride when a golden Cadillac stops. It could be Jesus behind the wheel, might be an undercover cop, yeah. But I never took a dollar from a dead man. Oh no, I said crying good mercy. Oh, there's never been a better time to do what you will or say what you please. Crawl home and drink your whiskey now. Crawl on your hands and knees. The sheriff who's cracking the whip on your back while you build this endless highway. He'll be fronting the band next Saturday night. He'll be singing, I did it my way. And I never took a dollar, Lord, Lord, from a dead man. The dog gets to heaven is a bone. I heard it from a circus clown. Don't look for me on Broadway. Yeah, I'm living on the edge of town. I won't go into the details of my current circumstance, but I promise I'll let those good times roll if I ever get half a chance. And I never took a dollar, Lord, from a dead man.
Yes, hi, it's Bill Mosley, and you're listening to the Ghost Man and Demon Hunter show. And lick my plate, you dog dicks!
Hey, welcome back, Shadow Nation, to the one, the only, mystifying Oracle of Radio, your Ghost Man and Demon Hunter show. Tonight's guest, you know and love him from such cult classics like Friday the 13th Part 3 and Return of the Living Dead Parts 1 and 2. Please help us welcome, Shadow Nation, actor Thom Mathews. Tom, what's going on, brother?
Hey guys, how's it going?
That voice, you know that iconic voice. All we need is brains.
Brains!
I want you brains. You always got the hot chicks, man. What's up with that? You always surrounded by hot chicks, Tom.
Well, I'm unlucky.
How do you do it, man?
Lucky. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I try not to. That's the key. Don't go looking for it.
How you been, man? What's going down?
Now, wait a minute, Sean. Wait a minute. That advice, don't go looking for it, ruined me for years because somebody told me the exact same thing, and I didn't meet a hot chick for a long time because I didn't go looking for it.
Because in the back of your mind, you were looking for it.
Oh, I see.
That's why. That's the problem.
Hey, Tom, we had your buddy on a couple weeks ago, Mr. James Cairn, living legend. And
yes, he is.
Yeah, he got to work with you in a lot of the great stuff that you've done. And you know, I don't know, Demon Hunter. I always try to put the cart in front of the horse on this. Where should we go with Tom? I want to find out about his past and how he got into horror flicks and all that.
Well, let's satisfy a little bit of our fan-based listeners right off the bat and go into a couple of films first, Sean.
Let's do that.
Let's talk a couple films first. Let's focus first off with like the Friday the 13th.
Oh.
Because we've done Friday the 13th, Sean. You know, we had now I lost her name, Sean.
We had lots of scary, spooky actors.
No, but the professor who
yeah, she did Twilight Zone 2 and everything. Carrie,
thank you.
Yes, Carrie.
And we had that whole thing going on with different episodes and what it was like to step into a series that's already so popular and try and make your mark, going into that. Because obviously people go into that loving the first, the second episodes, and they just keep going because they love the storytelling. And now you're a part of the story. How does that feel to be part of such an iconic series?
Well, I saw I think part 1 and part 2 early on in when I was growing up, and then I was lucky enough to get be up for the part and be lucky enough to have a script that was so great. And Thom did a great job, the director, and we had a great cast. And it was just he tried to make the best movie, and the lighting was great, and the story was great at the beginning, the middle, and the end. And it just kind of lucked out. And I was just an actor in town looking for a job, and I just happened to get lucky.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tom. I mean, so you just strolled on one day and they had open casting calls, and I mean, because Nathan's right.
No, I had an agent. It was Paramount, so they went through agencies and stuff like that. I mean, I had already done Return of the Living Dead. Maybe that was, I never asked Frank Rancuso Jr. if that was one of the reasons they hired me, but I was coming off of that and a couple of other things, and then I went in and auditioned.
Right. I remember.
And I looked like blonde, and looked like Tommy Jarvis from the past, and just a little bit more grown up, I guess.
Carrie Noonan, that's who it was, Sean.
Carrie, yeah.
You Carrie. Now, Carrie told us one of the fun stories about working on the film was the rubber chicken. Do you know the rubber chicken story?
I remember there was a rubber chicken. I don't know if I was around on the set when they were doing the rubber chicken bit.
Because they kept hiding the rubber chicken in the set. So if you watch closely, you can keep finding a rubber chicken in Friday the 13th 6. Like,
no.
He goes to reach into the glove compartment. There's a rubber chicken in there. She's running through the woods. One of the branches is a rubber chicken. You missed out on the rubber chicken, Tom?
Now I think you guys have started something.
Rumor.
Yeah, I didn't run into the rubber chicken.
We'll see. He didn't.
He might see.
Yeah, they probably put it in at the very end or something. But hey, Tom, a lot of people want to know. I know we're stuck on the Friday 13th thing because it's such a cult classic, man. And Nathan was right. You, by being part of it, I mean, you were already on the top of the cult favorites with Return 1 and 2. But behind the scenes, working on Friday 13th, what, you and Jason, he pops off his hockey mask, you guys having a couple beers, and what goes on behind a major deal like that, off the camera?
It was like that. Jason and I, we were trying to think of some ideas to make a script, and we came up with part 6, having some beers at a bar. That's exactly what happened.
Wow.
Hey, that's how we started this radio show, Sean.
We had too many beers, and we woke up doing radio. That's what happened.
We could have woken up doing something worse, so it's
That's
okay.
True. That's true. But Tom,
yeah, like I said, I just got lucky. It's good timing, and who knew it was going to be such a very popular one out of the series. I mean, a lot of people like it.
Yeah. Hey, classic Tom phrase. I'm going to have you recorded after the show, hopefully, Tom. You mean the movie lied? How many times do you hear that at the conventions, huh?
I hear that every once in a while. Usually they want me to say, let me eat your brains, or talk about you need a medical supply warehouse, the half corpse and stuff like that.
Okay, I want to go back to a young Thom Mathews when you first started out.
I got to mention, a lot of people come to the conventions, they have tattoos of, one guy had the poster on his back.
Oh,
I've seen
no.
a lot of caps, like dying scene with Beverly Randolph, or dying scene on their calves and, different body parts.
They ever have you on with your face scorched with acid on their back? Freak you out?
No, they haven't. But I did at one point sign this gentleman's arm, and I found out later he had a tattoo on his arm.
Oh wow!
Like I called all my friends and told them at that point that I had arrived.
That's one way to get your picture with Thom, folks. Have him sign and make sure you get it tattooed on your body somewhere.
Yes, if you show up with Tom's signature tattooed on your body, then he'll allow the photograph to be taken.
You'll be on Tom's Facebook. Now, I want to know.
Absolutely.
I want to know, Thom, when you started out, because you've had a great career, a young Thom Mathews, growing up, where did you grow up? How did you start? Did you always love scary movies? All that stuff.
I didn't. I was just acting and going to classes, and I wasn't a big fan of horror movies. But then I realized shooting Return and then again Friday the 13th, the filmmaking of making movies. It was really impressive. Watching dailies. I was a young actor at the time, and being able to see the dailies and seeing how they put it together and what they talked about. It was very very educational, and I just threw myself into it.
Now, when you started out, did you always want to act since you were young, or?
No. I didn't. I was in high school. Thinking about what you want to do because they ask you, and there was nothing on the list. 500 things I wanted to do, and I knew I didn't want to be in an office.
Right.
I wanted to be outside and kind of mix it up. I was painting for a while. I did some oil on canvas and did a bunch of different things to kind of make ends meet. I was just, my family is in construction, so I was doing that. I'm still doing that. And then someone I was dating said, "Why don't you become an actor?" And I was like, "Bam! That's what I'll do." So I started studying, and it took me a couple of years, 3 years to call myself an actor because I hadn't really made any money acting. So I started doing commercials and stuff, and was kind of pursuing it 100% of the time. And then I started calling myself an actor, telling people I was acting.
Right.
It took me that long to do it.
2 years? That's a superhero. My God, Thom, 2 years doing that. But, I mean, you're a great actor, man. You've been in these flicks, and you really made Return of the Living Dead Part 1. I mean, that was based around you and, of course, the legend James Caron. And
yeah, I think Dan wrote it. He saw himself as my character. I never talked about it. Just a feeling. I always thought that he saw himself as me. I don't know what his upbringing was. He passed away a couple of years ago. God rest his soul. But he was inspiration behind it. It's ironic that he passed away. That every time you think of zombies eating brains, it's because of the movie. It's because of what he wrote.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and that's all. That's pretty much all people think about when they think of zombies. They think of them eating brains now.
Well, that's it. We have a thing. We've had a lot of guests from The Walking Dead, of course, on, and that was an instant classic when it came out. Everybody's following it, big following. But you guys, really, I mean, Romero, and then you think of the funnier side, the kind of slapstick, but still captured that spookiness. Return of the Living Dead Parts 1.
Yeah, it really did. I call it horrific. I mean, the scene where the yellow corpse comes alive, pounding on the icebox, the walk-in icebox to get out.
Oh, yeah.
and they cut it off his head. And when I went to the movies to see it, I was like laughing, but couldn't look at it at the same time.
Yeah.
It was like the weirdest feeling I've never felt this since. I was like laughing but horrified at the same time.
Yeah. It got all that.
I mean, absolutely, I agree with that. It was. I've never seen anything like it since.
Now, Tom, I got to ask you. You're close friends with George Clooney.
Correct.
After the Batman episode, did you just walk up to him and shake your head and be like, George?
No.
He can't say that.
I did go to the set a couple times. You know, he doesn't. I don't know.
Honestly, you know, I have to give it to him. He walked on set and or on a talk show and said, "Yep, personally responsible for the death of the Batman series," and I don't think it's true.
He's pretty hard on himself about it.
I think that he did an awesome job as Batman.
Yeah, so do I. I think he's too hard on himself.
I think they just had taken the script too far to the comical edge of the old Batman TV series for what people wanted out of the movies, and I think he would have made an awesome Batman to continue that series on. And I don't think it's him at all.
Yeah, I don't even know what the numbers did or how they compare to the ones before or after, so we don't really talk about it, that kind of stuff. He just got married, so we're kind of doing that. He just got married a month ago.
When you see him next, tell him the Ghost Man and Demon Hunter think he should have been the best Batman ever.
Yes, he'll care, believe me.
Okay.
He'd be like, oh, those guys, that's terrific.
And then tell him to come on the radio show.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Hey, Tom, I want to get...
What would he promote? I mean, he would promote, let's see. What could he promote? He could promote...
well, he just did the space show, yeah.
He just did... Gravity, but...
well, yeah, but, I mean, did you guys just concentrate on horror movies, or...
Oh, no, we like anything sci-fi, horror, historical, you name it. In fact, I'd spend half my time just talking to him about The Descendants.
Right, yeah, that was great. And then Gravity was fantastic, too.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
What did George do? Has he been in any horror flicks?
He did, Quentin Tarantino was in it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. How did I forget that? The Vampire.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, man. That's all-time favorite movie of mine.
Yeah, that's like two movies in one. Starts off like not a horror movie, and then it turns into a horror movie.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Tom. I just went down a notch on our fan base. I just got knocked down a notch for not knowing From Dusk Till Dawn. You guys are killing me here. There goes my street credit.
Before Sean gets back into asking his questions, because he will take over the rest of the show, I just want to ask. I also know you're a black belt. I wanted to know what martial art you were a black belt in.
I'm not a black belt.
You're not. It says in your bio on IMDb you're a black belt.
I didn't put that in there.
Way to screw it up,
I was a green belt.
You have a green belt. I'm a green belt. I'm a green belt in Tung Soo Dao.
What shade? What shade of green?
Well, in green, in Tung Soo Dao, there's only the one shade. There's no black belt in Tung Soo Dao.
Just trying to throw you off.
See.
No, there's only the one. There's no. Actually, the question I always get in Tung Soo Dao is, "Am I a black belt?" And I say there are no black belts in Tung Soo Dao. Black is a negative color, but.
See, feng shui. Well, remember, Mr. Miyagi said one does not need belt or rope to hold up pants. Remember, J.C. Penney, $3.99. I don't know.
That's why he got arrested.
Oh, you guys are terrible. Tom, I want to get back to the classics, man. Everything you've done has turned into a classic, but of course, for me, Return of the Living Dead, I thought it was really based on a true story until I was like 13 or 15. Oh, wait, 15 or 16. It's not that long ago, but the thing.
Then my line, the movie line, must have really hooked you right in.
It did, yeah. You mean the movie line? No, but the first one, Return of the Living Dead, Part 1. Where did they film that? They always said Louisville, but was it in Cali somewhere in the studio?
We shot it in Burbank.
Okay.
Right here, and we shot the cemetery exterior in Unita. Was the exteriors were out in Burbank? I mean downtown, and then the interiors were in Burbank. and then and then part 2, the Valencia stuff was out. I mean, the house stuff was out for Valencia for 2 with all the kids.
Oh, what about the funeral home? Did you say that?
The funeral home was I believe it was in Glendale, around Burbank area.
Now, was that a real funeral home?
Or Monrovia, something. No, it was bits and pieces.
Okay. Well, I think that's what captures it, man, in Return of the Living, Part 1, because they're in the mortuary. He's back there. He's prepping a body when you guys come in. And, it's creepy anyway, being in a mortuary. And I always said to myself, go straight to the attic. Of course, I would have to leave you down there because everybody knew you were going to die. I mean, your eyes are red. I was like, you got to have to leave Tom down there. He's gonna go, man. But go straight to the attic. The smartest guy was at the end. And how did you all of a sudden just rage and have all this strength and you busted through the attic? What happened? Were you on crack or what? Zombie on crack or what?
I was just hungry for her brains, man. You've been there.
Yeah.
Different body parts, but you know what I'm talking about.
That's true. I would break through an attic door. That's true.
He crawled through steel.
It's iconic because you hear your voice at the end, brains, and you see all this stuff right before the big explosion goes off.
Tina.
Tina.
Be your brain.
Yeah. You almost made me break my hand all the way off.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great, man. And we've seen a lot of the makeup they did. Who did your makeup? Because it was amazing with the acid burns and all that.
That was a prosthetic, which I actually still have. I was thinking about framing it, but I still have it in a little plastic bag because it's latex. So they made that and it just kind of glued it on. And I was probably in the chair for those sequences probably a couple hours a day.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, Tom, you don't want to frame that. Nobody wants it. Just send it to me at I'll put it on the studio wall down here, buddy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, Tom, over 20 years later, you get to do like a letter to Dad.
A little bit different, yeah.
Yeah, a touch different in the storylines there. Was that something you were looking to do, like a breakaway thing to shoot?
No, it's just a movie that came along. But do you know the story behind that movie?
I've read everything on it since we found out you were going to be on, but I didn't get to see it. So,
wow. Well, at the end, there's a scene which we did a reshoot of that scene 15 years later after we first started shooting it.
Wow.
Really?
Really. Because what happened is the guy who produced it passed away. Then it went to the director, and he started tinkering with it, and everyone was still around, and he goes, well, let's put an ending on it and how everything gets resolved. And that's what we did. We shot one day, and we went out to this park, and everyone looked older.
Yeah.
But that's how the movie.
It came out in 2009, but you started filming it 15 years earlier?
15 years earlier, yeah.
That's insane.
Isn't that insane?
Now I have to go get that movie.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
That is.
I don't think that's ever been done before. I don't know.
Yeah. When are you gonna come out? When are you gonna come out with your book? You need to
say you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that on purpose.
No, man, that's. But what an awesome story behind it. I got to go see it just to see that now. Not that I wouldn't just go see it because you're in it, Tom, but come on. That's insane. I love that.
15 years.
Yeah.
15 years in the making. Okay, let's finish this.
That's dedication.
Yeah, it's the director had some foresight.
Yeah. Now, Tom, I know we're running short on time. We got to close up the show here in a little bit. I want to ask you, and this is my last deal. This is a big one. Your favorite film that you worked on, what is it? Go!
Well, my favorite film, only because it was one of the first big parts, was Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. Dan also wrote it, but you'd never know it because usually guys, directors, and writers, they want you to stick to their words. And it was really a creative process. I look forward to going to work every day, sitting next to Jimmy, listening to his stories. And it was just a great, great collaboration. Everybody was very creative. We were lucky enough to have 2 weeks of rehearsal, so everyone kind of, gelled great, and it was a great. I mean, looking back, it was a fantastic experience. Every job should be like that job.
Well, you did that flick in the '80s, and like we said, it was a classic right away for the horror community. And my kids loved that movie. I had to fast forward through the the naked parts when the dancing
Right.
and stuff, but they loved that movie. They still say my baby cousin came over and he said, "Oh my God, that's that dude that said brains. He's on the show tonight." They just remember. And what's that like to be part of something that has just through the ages? I mean, from the '80s to '90s and now, there's kids that weren't even thought of when you came out with this that are loving this flick, man.
I had no idea it would be such a hit, and it still is, and it still holds up. I saw it about 6 months ago, and the music's still pushing the story along. It's still fast paced. It's just really lucky, and I go out to these conventions maybe 3-4 times a year just to meet everybody and say hi. It's just they're so enthusiastic, and it's just really great to touch base with my fans and stuff, and all the people who have supported the movie. It's just really a cool thing. Just like I said, just got lucky, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Back when you filmed it, did you ever have the punk craze come up to you and be like, "Dude, you represent strong"? You know what I mean, with the chains through their nose and stuff?
No, but you know what? It was going on in Hollywood. I read about that time. You could go down Melrose, and everyone was all punked out, and it was what was weird. I got that haircut, and I started being attracted to the punk girls.
Goth.
When I was it was bizarre.
Yeah,
It's really bizarre.
Something to be said for punk girls, man. It's
Yeah, punk.
I
They're hot.
yeah,
They're hot.
smoking. Now it's goth.
I spent a few nights at CBGB's before it closed.
See,
But my wife wanted me to ask you a question before we end tonight, because when you did,
Yes, I will.
hey, our talk earlier about finding hot chicks, it took me a long time to find a hot chick. There's going to be none of that.
I'm always helping out here.
But when you did Friday the 13th, C.J. Graham was your Jason, the stuntman, C.J. Graham. And she had
There was actually two, Jason.
There were.
Yes.
Because she had said how impressed she was with the fact in that movie that the guy's wearing a mask, he never speaks, but you always got the sense of what he was feeling and thinking and doing just by his stance and his body movement.
You got Jason too.
And
Yeah.
it was like one of those things she wanted to know, just what was it like to have to work with somebody, and they couldn't speak to you, and you're watching them do this stuff, and was it shot after shot after shot to get just the right take, or did he just naturally know how to do that stance to give you the feeling of what was going on?
Well, we never really worked together in close proximity. So if you look at the movie, we're never really close until at the end in the boat scene, and then we're underwater and stuff. So I can't answer that question.
So I just go to my beautiful wife and tell her
So
that,
tell your wife
that if she wants the answer, she has to meet up with you.
Yes. For drinks at the goth bar.
Yes.
That's it. Anyway,
Or
Tom,
something fun.
huge fan, brother. Thanks so much for coming on the show. We got to close out. You are awesome, dude. Could you stay on the line 1 second while we close out the show?
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
Okay, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's been an awesome. Hey, are you doing anything, showing up at any events that we should tell people to see at?
I just got offered a horror movie, to start in February.
Oh.
So we're kind of waiting until after the holidays and kind of gonna get dialed in on that. So
Well, be sure
you
to
can
send
cut
us the information. We will promote the heck out of that thing.
Oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, it's a pretty good script. So I'm really happy about it.
Awesome.
That's awesome, guys. Thom Mathews for Friday the 13th, Part 3, Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2 classics. Thanks, Tom. Baby brother, let's close out the
Brains!
Oh, we got to get that on tape. Don't worry. We'll get that on tape, baby. Brains! All right, hold on the line 1 second, Tom. What do you say we pay some bills, Nathan?
They got to be paid.
Yeah, unfortunately. All checks bounce, though. You know what I mean?
Until we're independently wealthy.
Hey, guys, special thanks to all our carriers, all our homes, 102.7 FM, The Hog, Stitcher Smart Radio, Planet Paranormal, and the Action Audio apps. Hey, are you listening? They want to know. Check them out at actionaudioapps.net. Special thanks to Sam Bennett, Creative Commons, and Midnight Syndicate. Thanks for the tunes. Hey, from the haunted back roads of America, this has been another exclusive G&D Show interview. Don't go changing America. You know we won't. Demon Hunter.
Because we love you.
Night, guys.